Hi guys. How are you? How are you? How are you? Um Welcome all my new subscribers. I am so happy to meet you. I'm so happy that you've joined the channel. I'm here. I'm trying to do a no makeup thing, so I'm not wearing any makeup. I'm just trying to come on my channel more natural these days. Um so yeah. It's been a wonderful week. I hope all of you are well. Today, what did I want to talk about today? Today, I actually want to talk about the loneliness epidemic. Um, so loneliness is a big deal. It's happening a lot. Everywhere you go, you see so many people complaining that they're lonely. People making YouTube videos. I've got no friends. Blah blah blah. Angry men making YouTube videos. I've got no girlfriend. Upset women making YouTube videos. I've got no boyfriend. Angry people talking about I've got no friends. You've got people talking about how they're not in contact with their family and all of that. So everybody is lonely. Well, not everyone. Sorry, I'm not lonely, but a lot of people are lonely, right? And loneliness is one of those difficult topics to talk about because a lot of people feel like there's this idea, there's this mindset that if you're lonely, it's your fault. That there's a shame attached to being lonely because people feel like if you're lonely, it's like you're unliked. And there is some truth in that. I wouldn't say 100%, but people feel like, oh well, no one wants to admit that they're not liked or they're not admired or blah 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 blah. Now in the UK, the loneliness epidemic is huge. The campaign called End Campaign Against, well, basically ending loneliness. Let's end loneliness. I think that's what it's called. Essentially, have estimated, they've done some research and they've estimated that people over 50, by 2026, there'll be 2 million people over 50 who report as being lonely. In the US, it's even worse. Apparently, like 60% of people in the US report feeling lonely on a regular basis. That's a huge amount of people. It's like a huge amount of people just based on population. There is a huge loneliness epidemic in the West. But let's not even pretend that people in African countries aren't lonely too. Definitely it's on a lesser scale. That's true. But there are people in African countries that are still lonely. There are people that are still lonely. So, what's causing this loneliness? I see Black women even talking about how they struggle to make female friends. There's tons of jealousy, backbiting, catfighting, competitions, and all that other BS that no one cares about. But let's talk about why this is coming about. And let's talk about what we can do to stop this. First of all, I'm not a lonely person. I'm an incredibly busy person. Sometimes I feel like I'm so busy, I don't even have time for myself. I'm trying to take time for myself these days. And one of the things I enjoy so much about my life, and one of the things I'm aware that I'm a privileged person, and I'm privileged because I have incredibly deep social and familial bonds. So I have very deep social and familial bonds. I have a very tight social circle. I have a very tight familial circle. And it's very difficult to penetrate. Very, very difficult to penetrate. I have friendships, and a lot of my friendships are spanning like I have a friendship that's almost 10 years. Friends that are one of my female friends, I love her to bits. We just went out in central London recently and it was just her birthday. She's like, I've been friends with her for like 8 years. And I have these tight friendships and these very close bonds with my siblings and my extended family. And because of that, that also helps me to have an incredibly healthy mind. It's one of the reasons why I don't care about what anyone says. You can't penetrate my circle. You can't penetrate my real life. You can't sit on the couch with me and joke with me. You can't. People's opinions only don't exist in my real life because you can't penetrate my real life because I have a very tight circle around me. And a lot of people don't have this. A lot of people do not have this. And I've realized that a lot of people really don't understand that it's not about how many friends you have, it's about how deep your connection is. Do you do things that you enjoy? Do you spend time together? And can you really talk about things with each other? People don't understand the definition of a friend. You're just out here calling every random person that you just have a good time with a friend. That's not a friend to me. A friend is someone I could, literally come to when I'm down in the worst times, and they would be there. They would help me. They would go out of their way to help me. That's a friend. That's a friend, not just for the good times. A lot of people confuse good time people for friends. They're acquaintances, they're not friends. You know, they're not deep, close friendships. A lot of people have surface level friendships. So surface level friendships in that, oh yeah, you chat, every once in a while you message each other on WhatsApp, but you don't meet up, you don't go out, you don't do things, you don't talk about things in depth. There is an intimacy that people are missing, in depth intimacy. It's not only about friendships, also in people's relationships. People are lonely in their relationships. It's crazy. For you to be lonely in a relationship, you've chosen to be with someone and you're still lonely while being with someone. So there's also a deep problem here. I'm in a very loving and very happy relationship. I consider myself an extremely fortunate and blessed person because I am a deeply loved person. And I'm not always the nicest person, but I am still an incredibly loved person. Like, people love me to bits, including my partner, my fiance. He loves the shit out of me. It's crazy. And what I've realized is that people confuse people pleasing for being yourself. They go, oh, I don't have any friends, I don't have a partner, what am I doing wrong? Trying to go out of your way to not be yourself isn't going to attract people to you or draw people to you. And on top of that, people really don't understand that you really need to just live your own life for yourself. When you start being yourself, I am myself. I don't give a shit what anyone does. I've said this several times and I'll keep saying it. I'm in a very focused person. And people focus too much on what other people are doing and what other people want. They don't even think about what they want for themselves. It's no wonder that people are struggling to attract good people, good friends into their lives. You should be able to understand who you are as a person and understand what the kind of person that you would like to be in your life based on your own values and your own personality traits. Now, everybody I have in my life is the kind of people that I want in my life. I don't have people that I don't want in my life. And that's how it's supposed to work. And I think people's well, I wouldn't say picker, but people's perception of how to form friendships is completely broken. People's perception and ideas and understanding of how to form friendships with someone is pretty broken because people are themselves don't even understand who they are. Like, how can you make friends, long-lasting friendships with people? How can you make long-lasting relationships? How can you have good familial bonds? I mean, if you don't even know who you are inside, and I mean, you don't even have an identity, you just switch personality according to whoever you're around. You just change what you want according to what you think this person that you admire would want. That's not how it works. I'm a very steadfast person. I do as I please. I do as I wish. I'm not interested in what anyone else has to say, And I feel like a lot of people really don't understand. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are people who come from really bad families. They don't have that. They don't have good family bonds. They were born into a dysfunctional setting, and right from the start, their childhood is disruptive. Their ability to form bonds has been completely destroyed, or not developed enough. A lot of people are undeveloped. We have a lot of adults walking around in overgrown bodies and undeveloped minds. That is a very big problem. And it's one of the reasons why a lot of people are lonely. You have elderly loneliness, people who, elders who are literally locked away, not able to move much, loss of health, loss of job, All of this contributes to loneliness. People go to university. I see young people complaining about going to university and saying that they are lonely in university, that they don't have anybody to talk to, they have no friends, people are going out all the time, and they don't have anyone to talk to, they don't have anyone to call. And it's like, okay, so what do you expect to happen? Do you think that sitting down there alone is gonna change your circumstances? I don't know. I kind of not really sure what people are looking for. You see people complaining online about, I don't have any friends, but then you say you've got social anxiety, or people are talking about how they don't like anyone, but then you don't have anyone in your life. Well, of course you don't. You don't like anyone, so it's hard for anyone to get to know you. And let's not even talk about the huge effect of the internet and social media. There is a correlation. The more time you spend on the internet, the less time you will have to build relationships that will fulfill your actual life offline. People have forgotten that reality is not your online world. We used to go online to escape reality. Now we're going to reality to escape the online world. It's crazy. People have completely lost their minds. Completely lost their minds, their ever living minds. They do not understand that the more time you spend aimlessly on social media or on the internet, and you're not doing anything productive, the less time you have to actually produce something of value in your own life, right? The more time you spend being worried about what other people are doing instead of planning your own life and what you want for yourself, the less time you will have to discover who you truly are, and the less time you have to meet someone who, you will be able to actually fully get on with and spend time with. People don't understand this. People are literally falling into relationships to avoid being on their own. There is a difference between being on your own and being lonely. I have always enjoyed being a single person. I've not really ever really been single for huge, I think, bearing in mind, guys, I had my first relationship at 18. But until that wasn't actually when I actually had my first, shall I say, that was not when I lost my V card. It was quite a bit later on. And a lot of people are literally falling into relationships to avoid being on their own. Like, you can't run away from yourself. There's this adage that the cat said to the tail, why do you follow me everywhere? Wherever you go, here I am. Wherever you go, there you are, right there. You can't escape from yourself. People are literally falling into relationships to escape from themselves. Let's not even talk about the fact that just in general, people lack good friends. I'm not even talking about a group of friends. I'm talking about one or two friends. Some people don't even have one or two friends. This is why internet subculture has risen up so badly. You've got all these little groups of very disgruntled people, because if they had proper friendships where they would go outside, they wouldn't have time to be getting angry and mad and frustrated in their little groups. They would actually be living, they'd be doing things, they'd be going out, they'd be having fun. But they don't have anybody, they don't have friends. If you dive deep into a lot of people that are part of these communities, and I've discovered some very strange communities, I've discovered some, like, I think I'm going to do another video on this. There's a community. I don't use Reddit. I don't have a Reddit account. I don't want anything to do with that. But there's a community called, like, I think Forever Alone Women. It's really sad. It's really as sad as it sounds. That's just an example. You've got these little fringe communities of people who are just on the edge. And there's so many people involved in this community. You've got NEETs, you've got so many other people. Like, there are I'm sure there are tons of other ones I don't know or care to know about. And the reason that this is happening is because these people are basically, they don't have anyone to talk to. They don't have anyone that actually wants to spend time with them. And so they're pouring all their energy and frustration onto the internet, online. In fact, I even see it with these people on TikToks, all of these people who are TikTokers who are on their phone 24/7, on their phones all the time, on their phones all the time, on their phones all the time, on their phones all the time. You've not got anything to do off your phone. Like, because when you put the phone down, your life is dull as fuck. When you put the phone down, your reality stinks. Your reality sucks. It's not pleasant. Your reality, you're not enjoying your reality. And that's why people are all up on the internet doing podcasts, doing blah, blah, blah. Everyone's reality sucks. No one's enjoying their life. A lot of people are not enjoying their life offline. That's the truth. So now online has become people's reality, even though it's not. Even though it's not. It's never going to be. And it's really sad to me. It's really sad. And honestly, what can we do? What can we do about it? What can we do about it? What can we do about this? Who knows? But definitely, I think people need to work on, because people use a lot of excuses. Oh, people are jealous of me. People, compete. And don't get me wrong, there are jealous and envious people out there. Very, very true. I've had that experience myself. But in general, I think we also need to look at ourselves. A lot of people are quite forgettable. And what I mean is, in an effort to yield yourself into what you believe other people will like, you become just like everyone else, a drone. You become forgettable. And, when you become forgettable, when you lose who you are, when you aren't true to who you are, you aren't true to yourself, your personality, your identity, then you become someone that, will struggle to build proper bonds with people, because you're not building on the real truth of you. You're not building on the true you. You're building on a fake you. And it's difficult to maintain a fake person. It's difficult to maintain someone who you really aren't. So yeah, it's really sad, the amount of loneliness that's happening. The West is a very individualistic society. I found, however, that, and a lot of people in the West do not have good family bonds. You don't really, some people don't even know who their parents are. They've never met their parents before. Their parents have just been in and out of their life, back and forth. Even their siblings, they've got half siblings. The siblings are halfway across the world or somewhere else, or they don't speak to their siblings regularly. Some people, their siblings are like strangers. They don't even know who they are. They've never even met them. So everything is just dysfunctional all over the place. Everything is just nonsense. Nothing is making sense to a lot of people. And this is why people are coming online and acting as if the online world is their family. Acting as if the online world cares. Acting as if the online, and then you go offline and you still feel lonely as fuck. And a lot of people don't understand that the online world can never replace true, deep bonds. When you do not have intimacy is not always sexual. Intimacy is being able to talk to someone, cry to someone about something that hurts you, and you feel safe. You feel you can expose the vulnerable parts of yourself. And how many people can do that? How many people have people that they can actually trust and do that with? It's really difficult. It's really hard. It's really, 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 really difficult. So what can we do? What can we do about this? Honestly, I think everyone should take social media breaks and go and build a life that you actually freaking enjoy. Build a life. How do you build a life for yourself? How do you build a life for yourself? By staying true to what you want. So I have said that I have said this quite often. I'm quite a defiant person. I do as I please. I do as I wish. And the world will adjust. The world will adjust. If you stick true to your beliefs and what you want, the world will adjust to you. The world will adjust. The world is big enough to adjust, believe me. Unless you're just like a nut job psycho killer, then sorry, the world can't adjust to you and you're probably going to get the electric chair or whatever punishment they give in that country. But in general, the world will adjust. The world will adjust to you. If you are true to yourself and who you want to be, then you'll start attracting people that suit your personality the best. You'll start attracting relationships that mesh with who you are, that, stay true to who you are and what you want as a person. That's incredibly important. The only thing I think really is a deep thing that needs to be tackled is like elder loneliness. That's a deep thing. Even parents, when they have empty nests, when their children leave, they become lonely. Why? Because they made their children their entire freaking life. Then they start going, oh, I am lonely. I don't have my kids in the house. Because, hold on, just because you had kids doesn't mean you stopped being an individual person yourself. You still have to maintain who you are as a person. People don't understand this. No matter what happens, you must always maintain who you are as a person. Even if you have children, you still have to have something for yourself. You still have to have times where have things that you do for yourself. It's very, very important. It's very, very important. And the loneliness amongst the youth, the pandemic didn't help. I will admit, the pandemic did not help. People were locked down. People discovered that they were in relationships with people they freaking hated, they did not like. Like I said, a lot of people are in relationships. A lot of people are in relationships now with people that they will not be in relationships in the future with. People who they don't actually match, who they don't actually suit at all. And a lot of that is because you've been denying yourself. You've been denying developing yourself as a person. Maybe you've been denied development as well. Maybe you've been denied development through your various upbringings. But definitely people need social media breaks, number one. People need to start being true to who they are, being true to yourself. That doesn't mean being a dickhead. It doesn't mean being a dickhead. It just means standing up for what you believe in and making sure that you are a decent person and you are someone who has principles and values that align with the kind of lifestyle you want to live. Not principles and values that will, cause genocide to a whole group of people, but that genuine principles and values that align with the sanctity of life and other things like that. And on top of that as well, people need to, obviously routines are important. That's another one. Build a routine. Obviously, don't be rigid in your routine. Sometimes it's good to be flexible, but build a routine around doing things that you like, things that make you feel good about yourself. People like being around people that feel good about themselves. People like being around people that enjoy their lives. That's what's attractive. That's what attracts people. I love my life. I enjoy my life. Now, that wasn't always true. I didn't always enjoy my life, but now I love my life. I'm living good. I'm living comfortably. I'm living well. I'm about to take a break from working for a few months and just enjoy my life. And I'm about to go on holiday with my fiance, and we're going to go out. And we've even done our car rental and our apartment booking and everything. And we've booked like this cable carts to go down and view the mountains, which is incredible. I'm going to be vlogging that, by the way. But yeah, I'm enjoying my life. I'm enjoying my life with my family, with my friends, with my beautiful, lovely man that treats me fantastically well. And that's because I enjoy who I am. There's nothing I enjoy more than myself. There is nobody I enjoy more than me. That's the truth. I enjoy myself the most. The same thing with my house, with the way I live, my lifestyle. I enjoy it more than anybody. I don't care what anybody else does. You must stay focused on who you are, and you must learn to enjoy who you are. Enjoy who you are. If you don't enjoy who you are, how can anyone enjoy you? I don't want to be around. People don't realize that the stench of disdain and self-hatred is very palpable. It's very choking. If I'm around someone who hates themselves, I can tell it's choking, it's suffocating, it's uncomfortable. It's not conducive to an environment that builds positive bonds, long-lasting positive bonds. It's just not. Whenever I go on YouTube channels and I see some YouTubers or, certain, like I said, I don't really watch podcasts, but I've had to watch one or two from some of the research for some of the videos I've done. These people just reek of unhappiness. It's like a bad smell. It's like a bad miracle coming from them. It's just so palpable. It's so obvious. You can even see sometimes with people's comments that something is wrong with them. Something is not going right with them. Something somewhere has gone wrong. It's very obvious. People don't understand that other people can see this. They can smell it on you. They're running away from you. It's a repellent. And until you sort that out, until you address that, it's just difficult. It's just going to become difficult for you to be the kind of person that will attract the kind of people that you want in your life. People that will love you, treat you well, people that will take care of you, people that will, be there for you when things get hard. You also have to be the kind of friend that you want. You also have to be the kind of person that you want in your life. So I love my loved ones, my family, my friends, my partner. I do not joke with them. I do not joke with them at all. They are the only people that can get an emotional reaction from me because I have invested my emotion and energy into them. Like but at the same time, the person I will always love most is myself. And that's what you have to do. Be the kind of person that you are, that you want to be in your life, that you want to have in your life, but always make sure that you choose yourself first and you come first. Can't treat anyone else well if you're not treating yourself well. It's very, very important. A lot of people are hating themselves and then expect good people to come into your life, good people to save you. All you're going to do is just invite people with a savior complex, people with a martyr complex. You don't want that. You want healthy relationships. Do you know what I mean by healthy relationships? Where you can argue with someone or where you can talk about someone, talk to someone about something. You may not always agree, but you've always learned something after you've had an argument. There are boundaries in place and you guys don't go past that boundaries because there's respect. There's respect between the two of you. You understand what this person needs. You understand what you shouldn't do. And you want the same thing done to you, and you have that mutual respect, understanding, and that mutual intimacy where you can really open up and express yourself. A lot of people don't have this. This is missing in majority of people's lives. I'm sorry to say. The majority of people don't fucking have this. They don't have this. And I'm swearing a lot in this video, sorry, because I normally don't swear that much. But I'm using expletives in this video because it's a sad subject. And I really need to hammer it home to some people. You've been going about it all wrong. So yeah, loneliness is a huge, huge epidemic in the West. It is happening in Africa, but that is a different video. That's a different video for a different time. Yeah, because there's depression happening to people in Africa and that's not talked about. In African countries, it's not talked about. I mean, when some people are living in abject poverty, it's definitely going to bring about depression. So, but that will be another video for another time. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today. I'm going to do another video, guys, I'm reading some books for slightly unhinged women. And I'm definitely going to be doing some reviews. I've been reading books all week and I've just ordered like a shit ton of books and I'm so excited for them to come. And yeah, I'm going to be doing reviews on that. Has anyone seen Barbie yet? Because I know there's a ton of people going to see Barbie. I'm not hugely interested in going to see Barbie, honestly. I'm not like hugely interested, but a part of me is like, I want to see it, but don't want to see it enough to go to the cinema, and see it. But me and G, we are going to see Oppenheimer in the cinema. So yeah, we're going to see it this weekend. So we're excited about that. So yeah, that's what I had to say. I'm gonna do a video on some reviews of some books that I've read that I think some women should read. Um, so yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you are, you know, taking something away from this video. Get off social media and build a freaking life that you actually like, so you don't always have to go away from your actual life just to get on your phone just to get away from a life that you despise. Build an actual daily life that you can get away, that you enjoy, so you don't have to always book holidays to get away from your life because you hate your life. And on top of that, you know, be true to yourself. Develop an actual unique identity, who you are, and don't allow yourself to be changed or conformed to by the internet or other stupid standards. You will attract the right people for you if you stick to who you are. And that's what it is. That's what's making a lot of people miserable and lonely, because even people who have people around them are lonely because you don't have the right people around you. You need the right people around you to have healthy relationships. Not just having anyone, but having people that you really want, that match you, match your life, match your energy, match your personality, match your values, your goals, your dreams. That is what will destroy loneliness. So yeah, those are some of the things I think everybody should be doing if you're lonely, that is, and you want to sort yourself out. Okay. Okay, guys, I have to go because I'm starving. I need to eat. But thank you very much for watching. Thank you for all the new subscribers. God bless. I hope you're enjoying the videos. And yeah, I hope to see you again soon in another video. Take care now. Bye, everyone. Bye.